See you again. I'm Steve with Microvote. It's been a while since I've seen you. Give me an idea what we're going to do to start. Lisa supplied me with the list that came from VSTOP, the Voting System Technology Oversight Panel. The state randomly chose the voting machines to be tested today. And so the serial numbers we're going to use are 6692, 6669, 6682. They also gave us 3 alternative numbers if we were to need those for any reason. It does not look like we will. The very first thing I'm going to do is start the very first machine. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to give each candidate in each votable location 1 vote. I have a ballot that'll be for representing the H precincts. One representing some of the lower Connersville and another one representing the higher Connersville. Get done. The first thing I'm going to do is print a 0 proof. And get my printer going. All right. Press again. There we go. So this first tape is going to be all zeros for this voting machine. I'm going to leave this tape on here. Afterwards, I'll bring this down and you guys can sign it if you want to. I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to put this into verify mode. Verifying mode is a testing vote mode. So the first thing I'm going to do is insert the blue vote card. And I'm going to vote. Do you have a preference between H5 or H6 precincts to vote? The ballots are identical on every precinct, so it doesn't matter.
You want him to vote.
5.
They want you to do H5, Steve.
Okay. So I'm going to vote Republican ballot first. Republican ballot, I will go through, it looks like a total of 2 times. You have a county coroner's race that's challenged, county commissioner district 2 that is challenged, and the county council at large. I'm going to vote all 3 voting locations the first time through. And I'm going to try to overvote it. It did not let me. Confirm vote. And I'm done with that one. I'm going to go into the Republican ballot a second time.
The coroner, commissioner.
And the Republican ballot, I want to vote the second candidate in each office. So this is Bill Weld, Greg Pence. I'm skipping all those. And then Cord Coyle, Gary Naylor, Jim Wolf. Confirm vote. And I've cast 2 votes on the Republican ballot, capitalizing all the Republican votes. I'm going to do H5 Democrat. This will take a little bit longer because there are 8 presidential candidates. So I'm going to start with Joe Biden. I'm going to do U.S. Rep race. Candidates filed. Vote for 3 at the county council at large. Holly Dunn, John Gibson, Thomas Peck. I'm going to vote for the first 6 delegate candidates. Birch, Fisher, Gibson, Gilbert, Hensley, Morris. I try to overvote. It will not let me. I confirm vote. That one's done. Democrat, second ballot. Bloomberg. Jeannie Lake. And then I'm going to vote the last remaining 3 delegate conventioners. Okay, so I'm on the 3rd one. Pete Buttigieg, Barry Welsh, and that is all the other candidates have received votes. Now it's just a matter of going through and giving 1 vote to the remaining presidential candidate. So doing Amy Klobuchar. Bernie Sanders. Tom Steyer. Elizabeth Warren. And Andrew Yang.
Hey, Steve,
Yes, sir.
when you said you're voting for each candidate, presidential candidate, that's as if 8 different voters came in and voted for each candidate?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. So now I'm done. I have a total number of votes recorded, which is 11, which is correct. I have 8 vote cast for the Democrat ballot, mapping the presidential ones. Then I had 3 votes. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 and 9. 2 and 9, yes. To balance out the 11 votes cast. So I'm going to go ahead now and tally this voting machine out. Okay. That is tallied. So now I'm going to print a tally tape. Then we'll have 1 vote for every candidate on the ballot. Through. Okay. I'm going to clear the tally on that by hitting exit verify mode. I'm going to do it a little bit different way. I'm going to put the green card in. Hit done. Clear tally. Clear. Hit OK. Now I'm going to print a 0 proof, clearing the votes out of that voting machine. Okay. I'll have to repeat that 2 more times on each of the next 2 machines. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to, since that says 0, I'm actually going to come over to the voting terminal here, and I'm going to read this tally card in. To get my votes.
Which would be like on election night.
Yes, on election night. And I'll have to get your permission on something. I believe I might have missed a vote for confirm this here. Yes, it looks like I missed the vote for Woody Myers here. on the Democrat governor side. So what I can do is I can vote the remaining two machines will have the same ballot style. Confirm we don't have an error on the system at all. And if you want, I can go back and revote that machine and cast a single vote for Woody Myers to get that in.
Select one off.
So that'll be up to you.
Do you want him to
Let's
go back?
confirm
Everybody
everything's okay on the system.
I don't think that's necessary. We got two more machines, Steve, so.
The ballot is identical. You have the ballot style represented as ballot style number 4.
Right.
Every voter in the county gets the exact same ballot. Okay. So I'm printing 0 proof. Now this machine has Connersville 12 and Connersville 13 on it. Do you have a preference which precinct you would want?
Connersville 12, they say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
Okay, what part of the test too is that I'm testing the blue vote cards to confirm that I reset all the vote cards in the county. So they're only good in this county on this election day.
Perfect.
12. We'll do Republican. Donald Trump, Holcomb, Jennings, Freed, Glover, Burrows, Munson, Bevington, Maines, Payton. Attempt to overvote Wolf does not work. Okay. For my ballot. The first time through on the Republican ballot. Second time is Weld, Pence, Cord Coyle, Naylor, Jim Wolf. Attempt to overvote above. It does allow me to vote 3. I'm canceling those out. I'm going to move on to the Democrat. The Democratic ballot. C12. Okay. Okay. And the first 6 delegates, it will not let me overvote. Done. Oops. Well, Democrat. Okay. Bloomberg. Jeannie Lake. The last 3 of the delegates. So now I am moving on to the remaining Democratic presidential candidates. Buttigieg and Barry Welsh was the last of the U.S. Rep votes. Okay. Tulsi Gabbard. Klobuchar. Sanders. Dyer. Warren. Yang. Okay, and there's 11 votes cast there. I'll tally this one out. Okay, I'm going to print tally. And this one I did not miss Woody Myers on this one. So there's one vote for every candidate. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to go ahead and clear tally. Clear. Okay. I'm going to print a zero proof. That is printing zeros. I'll come back over to this. I'm going to go ahead and read my second voting machine in. I do get a message on the screen that is reminding me that the data was voted in verify mode, which is exactly what I want to see. So at the end of this test, I'll clear these 3 tally cards to make certain that these test votes cannot work their way back into the election. Okay, just one more machine. I'm going to print the zero proof. Okay. Print it okay. I'm going to hit verify mode. Okay. Now on this machine, I have the option of Connersville 1, Connersville 4, or Connersville 5. Do you have a preference?
Five would be big. No,
Five.
C1 would be the biggest. No,
One.
C1 is not a big
No,
one.
it's not 5.
No, 5. Unless
C5.
you had 2 or
5?
there would be,
Okay.
One
would
is
be
small.
2.
One is small.
One is,
Yeah,
Let's start with Republican ballot.
one is very small, I'm thinking.
probably bigger than 4 too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, I've got it written down. C5 is quite a bit bigger, I'm thinking.
The second Republican ballot.
Over here.
C5 is
Okay, we'll move on to the Democratic ballot.
Really cool.
way.
Joe Biden, Woody Myers, Holland, Dunn, Gibson, Peck. First 6 candidates. Don't vote. Five Democratic. Second time through on the Democratic ballot. Bloomberg, Annie Lee Lake, And the final 3 delegates. Okay. We're going through the 3rd time. And it's Buttigieg, Barry Welsh, and that is the rest of the ballot. Now we're moving through the rest of the Democrat ones on a single basis here. Tulsi Gabbard. Five, Democrat. Amy Klobuchar. Bernie Sanders. Tom Steyer. Elizabeth Warren. Andrew Yang. Okay, that should do it. Tally this one out. Tally. Looks good. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to clear the tally out of that machine. Done. Clear tally, clear. Okay, final 0 proof. Okay. So now I'm going to read that final tally card. Hit begin. Okay, we're almost there. So that's the end of the machine portion of the voting. And now we move into, and on your final sign-off forms for the state, I believe there's 2 different forms. One is for the voting machines and one is for the absentee ballot reader. So we're going to move into the absentee reading stage. What I'm going to do is set these aside for now. Put those later. Then beneath here, I'm going to switch this to absentee reader. And to give you an idea what I did before I started all this, I cleared the votes in the central system and I printed out an election summary report that shows that there was no votes in the system before I started. Now we're done, we'll do a second clear out and make another copy of this. Got that report right there. So now we're going to switch over to the OMR Optical MarkSense Reader. And you have a test deck that's been pre-printed. And what it does is it basically views your absentee balloting to confirm that every candidate that's in the election is an active voting location through the paper ballot. So the very first cards appear to be for precinct 1, 2. This is precinct 12. I'll hit begin. These are just simply read through one at a time.
Steve, I just want to clarify for anybody that's watching, if they have voted by mail, this is how we're tallying their card
Yes.
whenever it comes back to us.
Yes. What happens is the return envelope comes in There's an internal envelope that conceals and gives privacy of their ballot. That ballot is removed from that envelope and separated. Then that stack is readdressed after it's been removed from the names and addresses.
Correct.
That's how they maintain the privacy through the paper ballot.
Yes, none of their stuff is looked at until election day when it's getting ready to run through this reader.
Correct. And though you can't see it, what the system does also is as I read a ballot card, it gives me a window that shows green lights that
Right.
demonstrate the votes that were cast for that voter. And then if the voter chose not to vote for any candidates, those are highlighted down in yellow underneath in a separate window that registers undervotes or overvotes.
Okay.
If they screwed up, it'll throw them out.
Right.
Just for that one person.
Mhm.
Okay, and what happened there was I tried to read a ballot card that was marked for a different precinct than the one that I was operating under. So I get a red warning sign that tells me that ballot was not counted and it stops my system. So I need to go over and I need to select the proper precinct. So that's the safeguard to confirm that everyone's ballot does get assigned to the proper precinct when it's returned. Hit select. Begin. These are marked for precinct 8, 27. And that is an illegal mark, which is proper. That's one of the cards that our system has to mark as an IL, which is a mark that would be deemed as if a voter chose a location that was not a valid voting location. Okay, so now we're going to print an election summary report. Taking a second to generate here. Go. So as I review this ballot, I have 4s all the way down the system for every votable candidate, with the exception of the one where I made the voting error. And I have, we can note that on the report. So it turned out exactly how we thought it would based on the remaining machines. What I'm going to do now is I am going to hit all precincts and all vote types, and I'm going to clear the votes back out of the system. And I'm going to print one more election summary report. And that will verify that this system now, all votes are removed from the voting system and the voting machines. And you are election ready.
Awesome.
And that is it. So then what I also have here is your the tapes from the public test, reports from the public test. Really, these are just to be stored along, and then you file the 2 forms with the state. And then, in addition, what I have is all of your programming tapes from your election I programmed the voting machines earlier today. At the top of each one of these tapes, you'll see a serial number and then the precincts that are programmed for that particular voting machine. Okay? That's why I'm going to leave these locked up and stored with your precinct level envelope. They're already put together with your tally card envelopes, your star cards, all the star cards and vote cards have been set for this county's election. Those will all be stored in the vault for distribution.
Sounds great.
And other than that, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Steve.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks.
As per usual.
See, before we just, each one of us took a
Jumped
jump
around, yeah.
but since he's doing it, then he, did like 8 different people voted. That was
Election Board, thank you for allowing me to be present.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Anyone have any more questions? Are we good?
I think we're good. We'll sign off on those whenever you're ready for us.
Yep. They're good.
Okay. Thank you.
You too.
I think we're finished.
That's
You been thinking about the combining?
Yes. I guess that there. I'll let it go. I think we are finished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks.